Hey guys, this is News Watchman. Just here to give you some updates about what's going on out there. Donald Trump, they trying to get him out of office. That's, man. I don't believe in none of this left-right paradigm crap, but like this is something that's crazy because it's like they're ushering in the AC, man. Like with all this stuff that's going on. I'm gonna show you a video that part of a video that Pro JV put out. I'm sorry, like I got all kinds of stuff in my head right now. My mouth doesn't catch up with my brain sometimes. All right, well, right now this one's saying that they're like rushing it to impeach Donald Trump here on ABC, the Beast the News Network. Okay, it says Trump-Biden transition live updates. House Democrats introduce an article of impeachment. Okay, Democrats work fast to fast track second impeachment of Donald Trump. Second impeachment. They have never even impeached him. They keep saying that they already did and all this other crap. Democrats say they feel the president needs to be held accountable for his words, which may believe contributes to the Capitol siege. Yeah, he put in capital letters, man, fight, in Twitter, and then I went back to look and see if it was still there, and it wasn't. I thought I had a screen recorded it during that live stream, but I can't find it. I just don't have the patience to look through because I got so much other stuff going on, like work and all this other stuff. Like my kids, my girl, and everything in between. I'm trying to balance everything out, but I seen it with my own eyes, man. I'm not going to be telling y'all something that's not true. Like, okay, now President Donald Trump is slated to hand over control of the White House to President-elect Joe Biden in 9 days. See, House Democrats introduced article of impeachment, charging Trump with incitement of insurrection. Okay, like there's all kinds of rumors out there that he's signed the Insurrection Act, which pretty much means it's going to be martial law, man. See, they're saying that they have to wait to get boots on the ground and all that, but they got boots on the ground everywhere. In Texas and a whole bunch in Washington, D.C., the reports of boots on the ground everywhere. Okay, this article just reads on to say, like, he needs to be taken out of office. And this one lady said, if I'm scared, she was asked if she was scared of what might happen on January 20th. Browser said, I'm scared of anything that it's for our democracy because we have factions in our country that are armed and dangerous. Yeah, y'all. Okay, she urged the public to participate in these ceremonies virtually and announced that she has asked Trump for pre-emergency disaster declarations similar to one issued for the first inauguration of former President Barack Obama. This is necessary because the inauguration poses several unpredicted challenges that exceed the scope of traditional planning process. I don't see how they can say that it's unpredictable when they're running everything. It's all a big show, man. It's all a big show. But there's another article in here. Look, with the Insurrection Act. Okay, this is a bunch of bullcrap. It says, see, they took him off Twitter, so he can't even tweet no more, man. Like they banned him from Twitter. They shut down Parler. All kinds of crazy stuff is happening, man. All kinds of crazy stuff. But Trump speaks at a campaign rally for the Republican candidates for the United States Senate at Darlington Regional Airport, January 4th, 2021, in Darlington, Georgia. Claims that the President Donald Trump signed the Insurrection Act and invoked its powers went viral on social media on Sunday night, with thousands of Twitter users sharing the allegations less than a week after the Capitol was stormed. See, look, it's saying down here that, okay, this is like the facts. Before the president could use any of the powers providing to supposed facts provided to him under the Insurrection Act, he would first have to issue a formal proclamation ordering insurgents to disperse. That's already happened. That's already happened. They're everywhere, man. According to the Congressional Research Service research paper from 2006, the president must command insurgents to disperse within a set time frame. If that order is not complied with, the president then has the power to deploy troops to resolve the issue through an executive order. The act was last invoked during the Rodney King riots in Los Angeles in 1992, following a request from the former California governor, Pete Wilson. George H.W. Bush issued a proclamation on May 1st, 1992, commanding all riots to disperse, retire peaceably, and cease all acts of violence and disorder. Okay. See, all this is going on already, man. All this is going on. It says right here too, look, the viral claims that Donald Trump signed the Insurrection Act over the weekend are not supported by evidence. It is legal conviction for a proclamation to be issued before the powers invested in the president under the act are invoked. There is no evidence that Donald Trump signed the Insurrection Act over the weekend. Alright, yeah, he's in a bunker in Texas. There's military everywhere. I'm even seeing some helicopters flying really low in a small town in Idaho, man. Like, what are they doing? What are they up to? There's something definitely about to go down. I got this video, okay, it's a really creepy video. I'm about to show you a piece of, oh my gosh. I'm about to show you a piece of it. Sorry about that. I'm about to show you a piece of it right now. It's an impersonator of Donald Trump. Man, this guy changes his face and everything. And then they got that deep fake video. You know, how could we know what's going on whenever they give us all this fake crap and then say later on, oh, it's fake? You know, when they were the ones that let it go viral, they're the ones that let it get all over the internet, you know. So they're trying to blame us, people that don't believe in this narrative, calling us conspiracy theorists, saying that we're terrorists, but they're the ones causing all this stuff. The real terrorist is them. The real terrorist is them. But anyways, I'm going to leave y'all with these couple of videos that I found. The first with the impersonator of Donald Trump, and then the Pro JV video that he made. Like, he's on point with this. Like, man, he's on point with this. Because I was thinking the same thing, that they're about to usher in the AC, man. And it's evident. It's evident that it's happening right now, right before our very eyes. I mean, you just got to know exactly what the Bible says and the timeline of everything, man. You know, I don't disagree with anybody else's opinion about what's going on, because I love to hear other people's opinions about what's going on, man. So go ahead and leave a comment, share it, subscribe if you haven't. YouTube, man, they be shadow banning the heck out of me. They're shadow banning the heck out of me. I'm sorry, I forgot to turn off all those apps, man. I'm getting all kinds of notifications, but they're shadow banning the heck out of me, man. So just share this as much as you can, guys. I love you. I'm doing this all for y'all, you know, but mainly for the Lord. You know, He's put this in my heart to keep an eye out for y'all and warn y'all when stuff's about to go down. All right, I love y'all. This is News Watchman. I'm out.
Teresa testing out deep fake at the World Economic Forum in Davos. I want to see what happens when we use this technology to make my face appear to be someone who I am not. So here goes.
Teresa? You're going to become
I'm
Teresa.
going to become Theresa May, the Black Theresa May. But yes, that is a different person, isn't it? A lot like Theresa May, but certainly not myself. So we're going to try someone else now. Now we'll try me as Michelle Obama. Okay, so this is definitely some combination of my face and Michelle Obama's face, but if Michelle lived in my body, I guess this is what she would look like. And I understand that we can also try some males. So let's try a couple of males. We'll start with Will Smith. So now here I am as a man. not enjoying that. So we'll try one more. What would Teresa look like if she were George Bush? Oh, that's a very interesting look. Very interesting look. Black woman becomes white male. Interesting concept. Very interesting concept. And let's just try one fun for my son. Let's try the K-pop star. So this is what I would be if I were Jenny, K-pop star. Scary stuff, very scary stuff, but a wonderful experience, and thank you for giving us this great demonstration.
Hi guys, so I told you yesterday that my family is, they are not only computer but photographic videographers and photographers, and my son did this. He went in and found the edit of this, and you'll see in a second that this is CGI. See, the head's not attached to the body. So I want to thank my son for this. He went in and did the work to find the edit. That wasn't Trump last night. That was power to give life to the image of a beast, that he would talk. Where have you heard that one before?
Donald Trump's impersonating you!
It's unbelievable. He impersonates my free handicap, I know that.
Let me ask
I'm going to tell you, I'm inviting you people out because we're having the big PGA championship before your famous British Open.
Yeah.
And I have...
Donald Trump's impersonating you!
It's unbelievable. He impersonates my free handicap.
Hey guys, Pedro V here. In this video, I want to cover everything going on in the political realm of things because I know there's a lot of confusion, a lot of deception, and I want to highlight certain things surrounding what has been kind of trending in the open-minded aspect of things. So people have been talking about this coin that Mike Pence received at the Capitol on January 6th. Now, they're saying this coin he received is also subliminal and representation of the silver coins that Judah received when he betrayed Jesus Christ. Now, before everything went down as well, Trump was saying that Mike Pence has the authority to decide the election results.
Moments ago, the President of the United States said something that is not true, that the Vice President has the power to change this process, to send the certification back to the states. He does not. And the Vice President in this letter says, I do not have unilateral power. The Constitution doesn't give that to me. The Electoral Count Act that you mentioned does not give that to me. I will preside over this process. I will make no decisions.
So this made me think, well, if this is possibly the betrayal, it is being more symbolic to the whole Judah meaning. And also a week before, a guy named N.E.W.S was also saying Mike Pence was a traitor. But now Biden is coming out saying Mike Pence is welcome to come to his inauguration and that he would be honored.
But what about the Vice President, Mike Pence?
He's welcome. I think it's important that as much as we can stick to what have been the historical precedents of how and the circumstances in which an administration changes should be maintained. And so if the Vice President is welcome to come, we'd be honored to have him there and to move forward in the transition.
Now it all makes sense with this all being forced, and some even have to remain on track and be reminded who is in charge as I found this clip of McConnell on January 6th at the Capitol as he is breaking apart from Trump, and in the video I noticed when he makes eye contact and the man behind him makes a hand gesture like a reminder to him of who is in charge. It was kind of odd, but I figured I'd show you guys.
Declare ourselves a national board of elections on steroids. The voters, the courts, and the states have all spoken.
Now, I want to move on to other things going on surrounding this subject. Now, this whole manifestation that they are shutting down Trump and pretending to be against him. Now, I believe this whole time they are all in it together, and this is a whole mind control mechanism.
We have just been through an intense election, and emotions are high. But now tempers must be cooled and calm restored. Now Congress has certified the results. A new administration will be inaugurated on January 20th. My focus now turns to ensuring a smooth, orderly, and seamless transition of power.
And this would also be programming the last president. So here it says that Trump is heading to Camp David for the weekend. And Camp David is obviously a bunker place.
One item apparently isn't on President Trump's to-do list, staying at Camp David. The U.S. Navy runs Camp David. The annual cost to taxpayers is about $8 million. It is expected the Secret Service will spend vastly more to protect the Trumps at Mar-a-Lago and other locations.
Now I want to talk about how they're saying that Trump is now to be a smaller king. Like they are making a pathway for what I would assume be the Antichrist.
After this week, veteran political reporter Mark Halpern wrote this today. Trump has turned himself into a smaller king on a smaller hill. But he is, for now, still the king of the most important hill for tens of millions. And no one else in his party can say that.
Now, this would be a perfect timing, no doubt about it. And here, their opportunity to present it is very clear.
Trump has turned himself into a smaller king on a smaller hill, but he is, for now, still the king of the most important hill.
So now we see the betrayal, the manifestation.
The fact that you have deep concerns is of no moment to us. That jeopardizes, I believe, the legitimacy of this and subsequent elections. The president's language and rhetoric often goes too far. I think yesterday in particular, the president's language and rhetoric crossed a line and it was reckless. I disagree with it.
If Republicans don't challenge and change the U.S. election system, there'll never be another Republican president elected again. President Trump should not concede.
You're able to object. You're not doing anything wrong. Other people have objected. I just think it's a uniquely bad idea to delay this election.
Tonight, the president is going to rally support and say, listen, I think the election was rigged for me. The president lost the election, and he knew he lost the election pretty quickly afterward. I was in the White House for several weeks after the election results were called, and we all knew it. But this rhetoric started to take hold of it's been stolen, it's been rigged, and that is downright wrong, and it's dangerous.
The ballots that are fraudulent, and if we're wrong, we will be made fools of. But if we're right, a lot of them will go to jail. So, let's have trial by combat.
I meant we would have trial by the machines being in combat with each other and the ballots being in combat with each other.
Now, what makes me believe that Trump is part of their plan into the deception is that they are saying that Twitter was only becoming relevant was because of Trump. And Twitter is the symbol of the bird. The bird is also the messenger. And with technology, this is the virtual reality.
And some argue that Mr. Trump is the single most influential Twitter user there is on the platform. His 88 million followers account for almost half of the daily user traffic on Twitter. So a huge influence there.
Well, 4 or 5 years ago, Twitter was $18 a share. It closed at over $50 a share, large in part because President Trump made the platform relevant again. And this is a very, very disturbing turn of events when the current president of the United States, as we are talking right now, is restricted from communicating to 88 million people. Some could argue it could potentially be a national security risk.
And if you understand it, they are programming this and manifesting this through the virtual reality. And with Trump having 88 million followers, the number 88 could have significance and meaning to the numerology. So this goes much deeper than we think.
Apple is saying to Parler, we're going to kick you off unless you do what we want in terms of censoring conservatives. Now, that is really frightening.
We are learning more about the people who stormed the building. They include conspiracy theorists, of course, and QAnon supporters who contest the presidential election. But all of it comes as misinformation about who was behind the violence spawns new conspiracy theories, all in an attempt to shift the blame.
Usually calls like this are made up the chain. It's not necessarily individual officers, but it's a leadership problem.
Oh my God!
Usually calls like this are made up the chain. It's not necessarily individual officers, but it's a leadership problem.
We thank our valiant law enforcement officers who are true American heroes.
U.S. Capitol Police Chief Stephen Sund has already resigned. That happened yesterday after criticism over his apparent lack of preparedness to deal with Wednesday's violent mob.
Today, we learned that a sixth life, another Capitol Police officer, was lost. He is identified as 51-year-old Howard Liebengood. In a statement, the Capitol Police say the 15-year veteran was among the officers who responded to the rioting. He died off duty.
In denying authorization for the Maryland National Guard, what was the reason given?
Well, none of us really spoke to the Secretary of Defense, but we were repeatedly being told by the National Guard at the national level that we did not have authorization. I was actually on the phone with Leader Hoyer, who was pleading with us to send the Guard. He was yelling across the room to Schumer, and they were back and forth saying, we do have the authorization. And I'm saying, I'm telling you, we do not have the authorization. And so we had multiple times, the general was, we running up the flagpole, we're ready, don't have authorization, don't have authorization. And then I get a call an hour and a half later out of the blue, not from the Secretary of Defense, not through what would be normal channels. You know, I got a number I don't recognize on my phone. I pick it up anyway. Larry Hogan, and it's like, this Ryan McCarthy, Secretary of the Army, Governor, can you come as soon as possible? It was, it was like, yeah, we've been waiting, we're ready.
As lawmakers prepare to return to Washington, the Capitol's attending physician warns in a new memo obtained by CBS News that they may have been exposed to someone who tested positive for coronavirus while they were holed up during the siege.
Scenes. Here it is, Becky. And did you check, as the first thing you did, to check for underlying conditions with Congressman Luke Leto? That's the first thing I did.
I didn't see anything.
No,
I didn't see anything that came up with it.
There weren't any.
Right. This is the story that Joe was just mentioning
41.
about Congressman-elect Luke Letlow of Louisiana has died of complications from the coronavirus.
There is a nationwide manhunt underway tonight. The Fed studying those horrifying images and videos and already making arrests tonight.
A multi-state search is underway for the men and women who committed federal crimes at the U.S. Capitol when it was taken over by the angry mob. The FBI released these photos, working to track down all the rioters involved.
Ramping up efforts to bring all the Trump supporters who desecrated the Capitol to justice.
An article posted on the website of the right-leaning newspaper The Washington Times claimed the facial recognition company XR Vision identified members of Antifa in the crowd using its technology. 2 individuals affiliated with the Maryland skinheads, as well as a third individual, a known QAnon supporter.
There were individuals that would have loved to conduct political assassinations or bombings. It's a little questionable why that didn't happen, but this could have been so much worse than it was. There were individuals that would have loved to conduct political assassinations or bombings. It's a little questionable why that didn't happen, The
greatest form of control is where you think you're free when you're being fundamentally manipulated and dictated to. One form of dictatorship is being in a prison cell and you can see the bars and touch it. The other one is sitting in a prison cell but you can't see the bar, you think you're free.
But then it's too late, we need to be ready to raise up. Welcome to the end of the